Okay, huge movie fanatics here with another world famous review request from the world famous Go Cookie Monster 70. He wrote, thank you very much for writing in and requesting.
We will review these.
We will review them if we've seen them. He requested the Kill Bills, so we might as well start with Volume 1. Is that Volume 1? Let's start with Volume 1. I hadn't seen them since like the second one came out. I don't know. I hadn't seen them since like 04, 05 or something like that, I think.
Wow.
Or probably 05 or something. So I rewatched them because I have the DVDs. And now this is based on some kind of, what's it based on, very briefly?
This is just like
is it a
it's
Japanese?
like samurai cinema. But Volume 1 is based on like the Asian cinema from the 70s, basically. And like it's loosely based on, I think, like Lady Vengeance or something like that. I can't remember the name. Lady Blood Snow, I think that's what it was.
Okay.
And I've seen the one that it was based on, and there's a lot of fantastic homage imagery in the
Okay. So anyway, we'll have to review Jackie Brown someday. I recently rewatched it after watching these, and I'm not a big fan of Jackie Brown, to say the least. And the transition he did from Jackie Brown to this, I mean, to me, Kill Bill. We're just talking about Volume 1 or Series. What?
Volume.
Kill
Bill Volume 1.
Kill Bill Volume 1 for me is just like he took he shot his own heart with like a creative adrenaline. It's like almost beyond a 4-star movie for me. It is, holy shit, there's so much inspiration in this movie, and the only thing I am not disappointed at, but the only thing I wish I knew how much of it is like him and how much of it is, so I mean, obviously everything he does is all all inspired by all kinds of stuff anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, what is there is just fucking amazing. For me, this is one of, if not, probably, it might even be, the two movies might be my favorite Quentin Tarantino stuff. I mean, well, I don't know if I should say that. This is really top tier Quentin Tarantino for me. This is unbelievable. When I put this in, I was like, why haven't I seen this since then? Holy shit, the way it starts, the way it continues, I can't remember how it ends. How's it end?
It ends
very
with,
briefly.
The super fight between the
the very end, like his daughters.
Is she aware?
Yeah,
her
right.
daughter is still alive. Bam, Quentin Tarantino.
Now, the thing that sucks, because I've only seen it like twice, is that there's so many minute, microscopic, very cool little touches in the movie that I can't remember and say how much I love each one. One of them, which I can remember, is the bleeping out of her name.
Isn't that great?
It's like, what the fuck?
There's no point to it, but it's amazing.
But like I say, there's a bazillion of those little tiny touches in the movie that I can't remember. Maybe you can bring up more on your half. This is amazing, and I think it pretty much starts with that Uma Thurman arriving at her house. I mean after very quickly after the beginning.
Yeah.
Let me just say really quick before I even go into that the beginning of the bang 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 or whatever shut whatever, and just the opening of, and not seeing, because you don't see Bill in the first one at all, I don't think.
Very very briefly, you hear his voice a lot,
well,
and then you see like his hands and like.
Well, I mean his face. You don't see his face. I don't think in the first one, but the way you just on that.
You might have at the very very end when he talks to Bud right before it goes to the end where he's talking to the girl.
Whatever, but anyway. Just the way they start on with that shot of her on the ground and hearing him, and then when she gets shot, both times I'm just like, oh, especially with the sort of sound I have.
Yeah, the sound just, I remember in the theater, and that shot ricocheted through
I wasn't fortunate enough to have seen it in the theater, but I mean, it's powerhouse, absolute powerhouse, and one of the things I love, details before I forget, is when you go into Japan, well, it's Japan, we've seen it like more fake than we've seen it real. Yeah. So I think there's like a model at some point of like plane flying in intentionally to look like Godzilla set or something, which I thought was really cool as well. And I kind of like Asian women too. And there was that really sexy assassin in the schoolgirl outfit, which is just like, oh my god. And that scene, I feel so bad for that guy. It's like, what'd you say? You want to stick it in me? I mean, she doesn't say it in English because she's Japanese, and the guy's like, and she's like, I'm gonna stick it in you first, or something like that. And but she was kind of sexy in that school, and also that. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know if he was like one of the first to use it, because it seemed like it was used a lot after or before.
Yeah, it's been used a lot after. I think it was an existing song, but I could be wrong.
Well, I mean, but I mean, used like the slow motion.
Yeah, like it seems like he was the
I've
first.
seen it a bazillion times.
Yeah, it's been copied a billion times.
And
like,
then we were
Nokia
also hearing that song in all kinds of ads. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah,
after this movie.
Yeah, the soundtrack on this, epic, amazing.
Well, he's got pretty good.
Like that's across the board, but this one, man, was great.
You know, Kill Bill Volume 1 for so many. You know what? I gotta pass it over to you because I'll be talking until August. So, I mean, this is like beyond 4 stars. This is a powerhouse of. There's so much inspiration that oozes out of this movie. I couldn't believe it. I'll pass it on to you. Keep it short. Just kidding.
I give the movie 4 stars, obviously, and there's 2 ways to look at these movies. Like like if you're looking at them as separate pieces. This one is like the action, everything that like just stuff coming at you constantly, and I love that about this movie because it's the anger. You're feeling the anger of the bride.
And you're so invested.
Yeah, you totally are. Like,
Character.
and it's totally because of the 2 shots and the Bill, it's your bait, and then like you like the anger that it instills in you. You were with her for this vengeance, and throughout the whole first film, and you get all your anger out by the end of it. It seems like that huge super battle at the end, and then the fight with Oren Ishii. Like that, it feels like you've gotten your anger out. And now you're just wanting to get the drive to the end. You want to find Bill.
If there's wind, I apologize.
And so I love that, and I love the characters. I loved Oren. She was such a great.
Who's that?
She was Lucy Liu at the end of the movie.
Oh my god! And that meeting or whatever around the table. It's just like I can't remember what anyone says, but there were some good lines.
Oh, there's so many great lines. And I like the whole backstory, gorgeous anime backstory where she's trying to wiggle her big toe, and while she's trying to wiggle her big toe, she tells you this horrible story where you kind of feel bad for Oren and whatnot, and sort of understand why she is the character she is before she goes to take her down. And I like the fight with Vivica Fox with the Kaboom cereal and
I was gonna talk about that, and I mean that was just so great, and it's like 5 minutes or 6 minutes in the movie, and it's like ding dong. Oh, another one of the touches I just remembered, that music cue. I can't remember. Oh shit, I can't remember it. Do you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that was that was great. And if you buy the CD, the first 11 or 12 tracks or whatever are the soundtrack. And all the music used in the movie, and then the last 5 were all the sound effects. You get the sound effect for that. You get all the punches and stuff that he sourced from the 5 Deadly Venoms and Kid with Golden Arms and stuff like that. And so you get the source sound effects that he did, and that CD is one of my favorite CDs because of that. So anyway, back to the movie, the sound effects and everything. I'm a fan of 70s kung fu movies myself. Kid with the Golden Arms is one of my all-time favorite movies, and same thing with 5 Deadly Venoms and stuff like that. And this is just so cool to hear those sound effects that I was so familiar with from those movies. In this movie, it was just like, oh my god, this is amazing. And that's only stuff you pick out of the Quentin Tarantino movie, and I think you nailed it. Tarantino, the difference between Tarantino than any other filmmaker is you see his movies back when you see him and you like them and whatnot, and you don't come back to him for a while. Yet his movies transcend the era that they come out. You can go back and watch Kill Bill, you can go back and watch Reservoir Dogs, and I'm sure you'll be able to go back and watch Inglourious Bastards and Django 10, 20 years from now, and it'll still be good and inviting and unique and so brilliant in the way he constructs his movies. And Pulp Fiction, of course, as well. And this movie really showcases that, because I saw it and I loved it and whatnot, but it's one where I'll come back to it after a while and it's like, oh my god, why don't I watch this more often? It's so amazing.
No shit, I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, so easy 4 stars for me. And this is the anger half. And so now we are going to move on to volume 2 if you were done.
I think, like I say, I gotta end it. Yeah. Drip. I can't emphasize how much it's dripping. Like me, I'm sweaty. I don't know if you can see the sweat, but I'm dripping. But it's a different kind of drip. It's dripping with inspiration and filmmaking passion up to the hilt, beyond the hilt. It's just dripping out of the top of the jar or the vase. It's a vase.
It's so true. It's 4 stars.
4 stars. Kill Bill, Volume 1. Thanks for watching.